Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for joining the Virtual Education Abroad Fair. We really appreciate it. My name is Kimberly Larson, and I'm the Executive Director of the Center for Global Education. And today I'm super excited to welcome Professor Fukumi Matsubara. Thank you so much for being here today to share a little bit about our Japan exchange programs and give an overview of those programs. It's really going to be exciting to hear. We have 5 different partnerships with institutions in Japan, and we really appreciate Professor Matsubara to be here today to talk with us about those opportunities in Japan. A couple of things before we start. I just want to thank Professor Matsubara for being here today to share a bit about these programs. And I hope you enjoy hearing from Professor Matsubara and you're able to have many of your questions answered. So if you have any questions, please make sure that you use the question feature in your GoToWebinar control panel and type in and share your question there. And at the end of the presentation, I will read the questions and ask Professor Matsubara to answer those, any questions that you've submitted. And another couple reminders, when you're ready, please make an appointment with the Education Abroad advisor to discuss your future education abroad plans. It's really important to plan ahead, both academically, personally, financially. Planning is a good thing. So please plan ahead and make an appointment with an Education Abroad advisor to discuss your future education abroad opportunities and goals. The earlier, the better. And there is a Calendly link in the GoToWebinar chat box, as well as it's going to also be on our website. It's on our website and on the virtual fair webpage as well. So you can find it in a lot of different places to make an appointment with Rachel Berkeley, our study abroad advisor and graduate assistant in the Center for Global Education. And last reminder, if you're interested in studying abroad in the fall of 2021, the deadline for those applications is midnight on November 10th. So that's coming up pretty quickly, midnight on November 10th to study abroad in fall 2021. And you'll need to meet with an Education Abroad advisor before submitting an application. So those are our reminders. Without further ado, I want to thank again Professor Matsubara for being here today very much. We appreciate it, and we'll have her take it away. Thank you so much.
Okay. I hope I don't see you, so I don't know. So if you have anything, please type in the chat room. I will open that. And I want to share PowerPoint as I go through 5 schools, exchange schools in Japan. I guess I should show my screen. Is it what it is? Okay, let's see. Do you see the screen now? I don't know.
Yes, we do. Yes, we can.
Good.
Yes, thank you.
So should I?
I'm not sure if you can make it full screen, or we can see you and we can see your screen. And yeah.
So I will. Should I close my sharing webcam? Probably. Yeah.
There we go. There you go. And I can see we have both Derek and Emily in attendance. Thank you guys for being here today.
Okay. Hopefully this is okay. And then I will share the slide. Okay. So we have 5, as I said, exchange schools in Japan. From the north, we have Iwate University in Iwate Prefecture in the city of Morioka, which is the capital city of Iwate Prefecture. And then Aoyama Gakuin University in middle of Tokyo metropolitan area. And then Kanda University of International Studies in Chiba, close to Tokyo, next prefecture to Tokyo. And Nagoya Gakuin University in Aichi Prefecture in Nagoya, which is like 3rd or 4th biggest city in Japan. And then Kyoto University of Advanced Science in Kyoto, old capital of Japan. You might hear KGU once in a while because they changed their name very recently. So previously it was Kyoto Gakuen University, so KGU. Okay, starting from the north, Iwate University is a national university, and I think they have 4 schools, including School of Education, which is our partner school in the big Iwate University. They have really vast campus, considering the number of students they have. And the surrounding area is nice. And they have a 1 semester program or all-year program. I said the 1 semester program start spring to like August, and all-year program start from fall, like October 1st to the following year's August. They might accept spring start. Well, no, I think all-year program should start in fall. Okay, you will take 12 to 18 credit hours there, and Japanese language courses included. And courses taught in English and language courses are available. Actually, you take Japanese language and culture related courses at the Center of International Student Center that offers all the program for exchange students. And then because of our partner is School of Education, you would take courses offered there too. Because it's School of Education, they have pretty vast variety of subjects taught in that school. So it might be interesting to choose some from. And especially if you are interested in teaching English abroad, they have English teaching method class in School of Education. That is a good one to take. And they offer school internships, well, internship programs during the semester as a course, and mainly it's school internship. So once again, if you are interested in teaching English abroad, it would be a good one. And also they have other kind of internship programs, like volunteering in the cities and towns that have affected by 2011 tsunami they experienced. So I think I said that. The next point, and it's in the capital city of Iwate Prefecture, and that is Morioka City. And Morioka City is like 2 hours on Shinkansen from Tokyo, and it's a pretty decently big city, but school is in like 30 minutes away from the station on foot, and it's really nice, good, like pristine, like kind of between suburban and rural kind of feeling place. So if you like Naperville, weather-wise too, it would be a good place to go. And it's relatively lower cost compared to other schools in terms of housing and food and the living expenses. Okay, move on to south. In Chiba Prefecture is Kanda University of International Studies. As you see the ocean that is part of Tokyo Bay ahead of the school area. In the front, you see the greens. That is the school campus. And then behind that is like business park, and then ocean beyond that. And it's totally on the reclaimed land. This area is. Okay, so this school offers 1 semester program either in fall or spring and all year long, fall start. Or I guess you can do spring start too if you want to. you will take 12 to 18 credit hours in Japan and 8 to 16 credits in Japanese language per semester. They have a Japanese language program for international students, so they have pretty much various courses in Japanese too. And other courses offered in English are for international students. So because they have international students division separate from the regular Japanese students, college or division. They don't provide no class or internship in February and March, I guess. Iwate doesn't have classes in March either, but they might have opportunity for internship. It's as you saw earlier, suburban to urban kind of feeling. And among the 5 schools, it's middle range cost. But for the details, you can talk to Center for Global Education because they have up-to-date cost estimate. And this school provide scholarship if you attend almost all classes. So if you attend all classes in October, you get a scholarship in November. And move on to the next school in the middle of downtown Tokyo is Aoyama Gakuin University. It's a small campus with high-rise classroom buildings. And they have different campus away from downtown Tokyo. But our students, exchange students, study at the Tokyo downtown campus. They offer 1 semester program in spring and all-year program from fall. You take 14 to 16 credit hours and probably 4 credit in Japanese per semester. If you are a Japanese major, you need to take 4 more credits from courses taught in Japanese. They have many courses like that. And they offer the most number of courses offered in English too. And these English courses are not specifically for international students. Local Japanese students at Aoyama will take these courses. It would be tough to take content courses taught in Japanese right after finishing the second year Japanese here. So I would suggest that you consider Aoyama after finishing third or even fourth year Japanese. And no class or internship in February and March offered by the school. It's a metropolitan area. It's really in the middle of downtown Tokyo. And you need to prepare a good funding because Tokyo is expensive. The living quarters and food, transportation, everything cost more. Okay, next is Nagoya Gakuin University in Nagoya in Aichi Prefecture. It's in between Tokyo and Kyoto, but closer to Kyoto. And this is a new campus that you look here. They built how many years ago? Like 10 years ago. It's in the city of Nagoya, so it's close to downtown. Very the bustling area, but this area is kind of open and it's suburban or it's urban, but not that crowded. And 1 semester program is available from fall and spring start in fall semester or spring semester, I should say. And all-year program is available. I said fall start basically, but we can negotiate to go if you can negotiate to go in spring too for full year. You take 12 to 18 credit hours. and they have international students division for international students. So you can take many language credits, like 8 to 10. And other courses taught in English are available, but it's like Kanda, it's within international student division. So the courses are like survey course, generically prepared for international students. Good for business majors. They offer basic business courses in English. They provide internship sometimes in February. So you need to be there for 3 years to get internship provided by the school. It's urban feeling, but it's around the campus is kind of open area. I mean, I think they have like park or sports complex or something like that nearby. And among the 5 schools, it's a middle range cost school. Sorry about that. Okay. Next one, our last one is Kyoto University of Advanced Science. On the right top photo, there is the main campus they had previously, but they built a new campus in city of Kyoto, and it's really closer to city of Kyoto, I mean station, or the downtown area of Kyoto, as opposed to Kameoka campus, which was in Kameoka city, away from Kyoto city. Okay, so this one provide 1 semester program in spring or all-year program starting in fall. You take 12 to 18 credit hours, 4 credits in Japanese per semester, plus 4 more credits from courses taught in Japanese. Basically, all courses are taught in Japanese at this course, and there is no English courses prepared for international students on campus. So this school is not recommended for the students who have just finished the second year Japanese at North Central. Probably even after 3rd year, it's a bit tough. But so you would like to have high proficiency in Japanese if you want to go to this school. Internship is provided in February at the affiliated junior plus high school as a English teaching assistant. So if you make a request, probably you can get it pretty much. The new campus where you will be mostly is urban area. And the living cost and such is not really low in Kyoto, but the school, the KUIAS, will provide you monthly stipend for lodging and allowance, I don't know, stipend. So it's low cost for you. So as a summary, from here, it's kind of for all 5 exchange programs. So when you choose a school, you need to consider your academic needs, of course, and you need to get like 16 credit hours on average from Japan, and hopefully 8 in Japanese, and the other courses, I guess, if you want for Japanese major. If you are not Japanese major, you don't have to take this many Japanese language courses. And you need to understand that you cannot transfer back credits for Gen Ed requirements and or your other major or minor requirements, probably, usually, because the courses they offer in English would be, as I said, mostly survey courses, so that wouldn't fulfill your major or minor requirements, which are usually 300 level and 400 level courses. The Gen Ed too, I think courses here at North Central and the courses offered in Japan wouldn't fulfill the equivalency. They are not same. It's hard to persuade the registrar's office to accept that as a same course that we offer on campus. Secondly, you need to consider your financial situation. Like Aoyama is the most expensive program. And if you want to go there, you want to apply for scholarships and as such, you need to prepare. Well, if you have funding, that's okay too. And also your preference of location. It might not be really important for some people, but if you really don't like really crowded area, you don't want to go to the urban schools. Also you want to go to like Kyoto if you really want to experience old traditional feeling and history in Japan. Length options. One semester is one option. If you go in fall, it's September to December or October to December. This is available only at Nagoya Gakuin University and Kanda University of International Studies. Spring semester is in Japan, April start. And so you have January to March that you don't have anything instead of summer break, because Japanese school go into sometimes August. So you really come back right before the fall semester starts on campus at North Central. But the spring semester program is available at all 5 schools. So that's nice thing about the spring semester program. Another option is full year program. So fall semester and spring semesters, that would mean that I said September. Yeah, because in Japan, the earliest start is September through July, end of July, or beginning of August. This is available at all 5 schools. In Japan, February and March are entrance exam period, and schools don't hold class sessions. Okay. And academic year, because you might have had questions about why there are only like 2 schools that offers a 4 semester program. That's because Japan academic year starts April through January, and the first semester or front semester is April to July or August, and then second semester, back semester, that is called in Japanese, that would be September, October to January or February. So if you follow, if the school follows Japanese calendar, then even if you want to go only in fall, that means that you miss the January or February part of your spring semester at North Central. So it becomes like 4-year program. Okay. Class meetings. So 90-minute per class meeting, which is different from here. It's always I think it's almost always 90-minute class meeting in Japan at the college level. And each class meets only once a week. Exceptions are Japanese language courses. you meet more than maybe once for some courses, like, you know, grammar, well, I don't know, conversation course or reading course, maybe you meet twice a week. But basically, one course meets only once a week. So credits, you need to take at least 12 credit hours per semester to keep the full-time student status at North Central. And 8 of those 12 or more should come from Japanese courses or courses taught in Japanese for Japanese majors. Okay, Aoyama requires international students to take 14 credit hours per semester at least. Japanese language credits will be transferred to North Central as they are. I guess going back, other courses are same way, same credits, basically. Level of Japanese courses you take abroad will be determined by the host institution, usually by placement test, their own placement test. So I don't have any control. North Central doesn't have any control. The only school that doesn't have placement exam is Kyoto University of Advanced Science. But anyway, they don't offer courses in English, so your Japanese level has to be high there. Okay, second page, part 2. You most likely cannot transfer upper level courses required for a non-Japanese major or minor. I mentioned that before, because the courses you take in Japan would be in English would be mostly basics survey course, introduction course. So it cannot be transferred as a higher level course. And also, even if you take courses in Japanese, I guess unless you are like near native, you don't get the content. So it doesn't make sense to transfer that the higher level, upper level courses. All credits and grades you have earned at a Japanese university will come back. So if you get an F, you get F here on your transcript. Internship in February to March may be available if you go full year. You know, you need a special request to schools that offer internship, but some of the schools don't at all provide internship opportunities, in which case you can come up on your own, but you don't get the help from school. Required level of Japanese and level of immersion. So in terms of Japanese language course offerings, Kanda University of International Studies and Nagoya Gakuin University has a separate international student division that has a solid Japanese language program with like 6 to 7 levels. So if you want to focus on the language study and you prefer like, you know, classroom environment to improve your Japanese, these 2 schools are the best. All schools except for Kyoto offers courses taught in English, as I said before. You can choose to take courses taught in Japanese at Aoyama Gakuin University and at Iwate. Iwate has only a few options. Aoyama, as far as your level is decent to take Japanese courses offered in Japanese, then you can take it. There are many. You might want to note that there are a lot of English-speaking people on campus of Kanda, Nagoya, and Aoyama, and you know, they might want to speak English with you, which is not necessarily bad, but you need to speak Japanese for yourself too. So the Japanese proficiency expected proficiency level required for each school. So Kyoto Gakuen, I forgot to change. Kyoto University of Advanced Science required high level of proficiency, and Aoyama, it's the proficiency should be high, could be high, although you could live in Tokyo without speaking Japanese. So medium level, maybe Iwate University, and proficiency wise, you don't have to be really high at the Kanda University of International Studies and Nagoya Gakuin University because you have international student division. Okay, so cost ranking, of course, Aoyama highest, Kanda and Nagoya in the middle, and lower at Iwate, but the Kyoto provide a stipend, so it's the cheapest among the 5 schools at the end. Location, it's not ranking, but Aoyama is in metropolitan area, Nagoya and Kanda kind of now urban, and Kyoto too, because now it's in city of Kyoto. And Iwate is more like suburban feeling, or maybe even rural a bit. Scholarships, we have Japanese program scholarships, and so you need to write to me paragraphs of like application for scholarships. These two are the names of the scholarship, and others the bridging scholarship, and I think sometimes 3-month scholarship is available. For the other scholarships outside, external scholarships, you need to be really careful about the deadline and get, if you need recommendation, then you need to talk to the recommender to write a letter really at least 2 weeks before the deadline. Okay. So when you choose a school, think about the academic and financial and maybe location if you have preference. So that's the kind of review. So I think these are correct, hopefully. The November 10 deadline, Kiberi said that's the date. So I think the spring one is same as last year or this year. Okay. So prepare the application well in advance. First, meet your advisor and make your tentative academic plan for next school year. Discuss your plan with Center for Global Education and me, and talk to parents. Maybe it happens before all these 2 things that I said. Talk to your parents and the person who will fund your study in Japan. And then request 2 reference letters politely and with respect, at least 2 weeks before the application deadline. And in the application, there is a section or the requirement to provide statement of purpose. There you need to tell which schools, 2 top schools you want to go, and why you want to go there, and why you deserve to go these schools. You need to clearly explain that. That shows how much understanding you have about these schools, which is important. But at the end, Center for Global Education and Japanese program assign you to a school, considering your wish, your level of Japanese, and other applicant situations. So please understand that. Okay, that's the end of the slide. It's time for you to ask questions. Any questions? I don't know. Is it chat only? I guess, Kimberly.
Hi, Fukumi. Thank you so much. At this point, hi, Fukumi. Thank you so much. First of all, thank you for a wonderful presentation. That was so perfect. Thank you so much for breaking that
Thank
down
you.
and explaining it. It helps so think about sort of those areas that students need to consider when they're choosing sort of which institution best meets their needs. And those needs are financial needs, academic needs, their comfort level, you know, kind of where they want to live, what environment, the length of time they want to be away. So there's so many considerations, and being able to sort of compare and contrast those with our 5 institutions abroad were wonderful. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm checking at this point. I don't see any questions shared. I'm going to check again. And we'll give students, of course, a few minutes to share their questions. What I'll do right now is I'll stop the recording, and so that we can stop it, and students will be able to view it at a separate time. So I'll stop the recording, but we will stay on here for questions for a little bit.